Jody! Buffy!
Mr. Davis, two of them. There are two of them.
For many, Family Affair was pure comfort, a gentle sitcom where love helped three orphans find family again. But behind those pastel Manhattan sets, secrets, heartbreak, and clever covers shaped the show's sunny world. Peek behind the curtain as we count down the most hidden truths the cast hoped you'd never know. Number 1. The cast's struggles after cancellation from Family Affair. Let's go back to the bittersweet moment when Family Affair said its final goodbye in 1971. On the surface, this gentle sitcom about Uncle Bill, Mr. French, and the three orphaned siblings felt like a safe, cheerful memory. But once the cameras stopped rolling, the curtains pulled back on a much tougher reality for the actors we thought we knew so well. Brian Keith, beloved as Uncle Bill, struggled for years with depression and near-constant typecasting, rarely escaping the shadow of his nurturing TV persona. Child stars like Anissa Jones faced even steeper climbs. Her tragic overdose in 1976 stunned fans who remembered her as precocious Buffy. Meanwhile, Johnny Whitaker fought well-documented battles with addiction, a stark contrast to the cherubic Jody he once played. Universal Studios and CBS kept these painful chapters out of the limelight, hoping to preserve Family Affair's wholesome image. For millions of viewers, the story magically resolved each week, but the cast's real-life endings were messier, tangled in loss and faded stardom. As we peel back the veneer, we find echoes of fame's true cost lingering long after the final fade-out. Number 2. Kathy Garver's age at audition from Family Affair. Ever notice how Sissy Davis always seemed so polished, even in her most innocent moments on Family Affair? There's a reason for that. When Kathy Garver first read for the role back in 1966, she was already 20 years old, several years older than any real-life high schooler. Still, producers saw something undeniable in her presence and chemistry. To make the illusion work, scripts kept Sissy's actual age vague. Hair and makeup teams worked a little extra magic, swapping in softer styles and lighter makeup that lent Kathy a youthful glow. Wardrobe leaned on pastel dresses and classic schoolgirl silhouettes, keeping Sissy believable as Bill Davis's teenage niece. Fans bought into her experience of first crushes, study sessions, and slumber parties, never suspecting the grown-up behind those earnest eyes. In truth, the secret of Sissy's age was just one of the little tricks that let millions believe they really understood the children of Apartment 27A. Sometimes what you don't know makes the magic even sweeter. Number 3. The real reason. Buffy's Mrs. Beasley was never washed from Family Affair. Sometimes the smallest details tell the truest story. On Family Affair, one of the most iconic props wasn't a fancy set or a costume, it was Buffy's cherished Mrs. Beasley doll. When Anissa Jones carried Mrs. Beasley onto the set in 1966, it wasn't just as a prop, but as a confidant. The producers discovered early on that Anissa had strong feelings about her doll's well-worn look. When prop handlers wanted to freshen Mrs. Beasley with a wash, Anissa openly protested, worried the fabric might fade or lose its comforting feel. The production team ultimately sided with her, choosing to keep Mrs. Beasley untouched to preserve both continuity and a bit of television magic. Reporters caught wind and peppered the cast with questions, but producers deflected, keeping the ritual a closely guarded secret. Through every season, Mrs. Beasley stayed a little smudged and a lot authentic, never betraying the trust of the girl who clung to her through thick and thin. Sometimes the things you don't change matter most, proof that even a doll can hold on to childhood, scene after scene. Number 4. Mr. French's health scares from Family Affair. A hush fell over the set of Family Affair when Mr. French suddenly disappeared from number 727. Actor Sebastian Cabot, the ever-dignified butler adored by millions, faced a serious illness during the first season in 1966. Instead of halting production, the showrunners orchestrated a clever cover-up. Fill-in relief butlers quietly stepped in, while scripts were swiftly rewritten to explain away Charles French's short absences. Most viewers never noticed that for several episodes, someone else was serving up wisdom and tea in the Davis home. Cast and crew closed ranks, doing their best to keep spirits up for young Kathy Garver and Johnny Whitaker, who played Sissy and Jody. By the time Cabot returned, the beloved British valet never missed a beat, and neither did the illusion that everything inside that lavish Manhattan apartment was perfectly in order. Such behind-the-scenes secrets linger in the quiet between takes, reminding us how easily TV magic can mask a real-life scare. Just around the next corner, another family affair twist awaits. Number 5. Anissa Jones's age. Cover-up from Family Affair. In the gentle glow of primetime television, Anissa Jones became America's beloved Buffy on Family Affair. Yet, behind the scenes, producers fiercely protected a secret. Anissa was growing up far faster than the sweet sister on screen. By season 5, airing in 1971, the real Anissa was entering her teenage years. But publicity materials still pegged her as a perpetual 9-year-old. Magazine interviews echoed this fib, and press kits spun stories to keep the illusion alive. It was all about holding on to the charm of Buffy's innocent world just a little longer. For millions of viewers, Buffy never aged, frozen in TV's time capsule, even as Anissa herself yearned for more grown-up roles and recognition. The age blur shaped not just a character but an entire era's nostalgia, crafting a portrait of childhood that seemed untouched by time. The cameras kept rolling, even as reality quietly caught up, reminding us that sometimes TV magic is just clever editing and well-placed white lies. Let's pause for a second. Did you ever suspect TV kids weren't as young as they looked? Which show do you remember for a cast that just never seemed to age? Share your memories with us below. Number 6. Uncle Bill's contract struggles from Family Affair. Bright Manhattan apartments, wise Uncle Bill, and off-camera, a storm brewing. Brian Keith, who played the unflappable Bill Davis on Family Affair, was the heart of the show's gentle chaos. But in the shadow of the sitcom's success, Keith reached his limit by the time season 5 approached in 1971. Exhausted by marathon shoot days and miffed at uneven pay, he nearly walked off the set for good. So, the network scrambled. Fearing the news might leak, writers quietly plotted a spin-off as backup, while the studio and Keith's team locked horns in late-night negotiations. Through it all, America saw only a composed father figure, never the crisis simmering behind the scenes. For millions glued to CBS each week, Uncle Bill remained steady as ever. But offstage, Family Affair teetered on the edge of losing its soul, reminding us just how fragile TV magic can be, and just how thin the walls are between comfort and chaos in Hollywood. Number 7. Sissy's real-life tragedy from Family Affair. Sometimes the brightest smiles on screen hide the deepest sorrows. Kathy Garver, the actress who brought Sissy to life on Family Affair, faced an unimaginable loss while the cameras kept rolling. In the early seasons of the show, which first aired in 1966, Kathy's real-life mother passed away suddenly. It was a blow that would shake anyone's world, but the studio quietly kept her heartache under wraps. Publicity appearances went on as if nothing had changed, maintaining the series' sunny, close-knit image. Viewers tuned in for the warm family dynamic and saw Sissy's comforting embrace, never guessing the pain just behind Kathy's eyes. Her ability to deliver such genuine emotion in episodes where Sissy comforted Buffy or Jody took on a deeper meaning, shaded by her own grief. Fans watched, unaware that some of the show's most heartfelt moments carried the weight of Kathy's private loss, a secret sadness woven into the laughter of Anissa Jones and Johnny Whitaker. Onward, we look behind another familiar face and the unseen stories that shaped them. Number 8. Jody's growth spurt caused panic from Family Affair. By the start of the 4th season of Family Affair in 1970, something was quietly upending the routine at CBS. Johnny Whitaker, the beloved freckle-faced Jody, was sprouting up faster than the writers expected. Overnight, the pint-sized twin whose innocence defined the show's heartwarming appeal was edging well past his sister Buffy, not to mention outgrowing his famous curls. Behind the scenes, the crew grew creative. Directors arranged Johnny on stools, manipulated his shoe lifts, and carefully framed every shot, gamely hiding the fact that time was marching on. Cast and crew tiptoed around the issue, worried that the rapidly aging twins would break the show's cuddly magic. In episode after episode, you never saw Jody's fast-growing feet or a side-by-side full shot. It was television's sleight of hand at its finest, a quiet scramble to preserve innocence, even as childhood itself refused to slow down. Next up, another secret bubbles to the surface, revealing what truly went on behind the velvet curtain. Number 9. Mr. French's British accent was faked from Family Affair. Mr. French, the refined and proper English gentleman, became a fixture in American homes thanks to Family Affair's original run on CBS, beginning in 1966. Sebastian Cabot's polished British lilt felt utterly authentic, winning over audiences with every clipped consonant and dignified nod. Yet, behind the scenes, Cabot's accent was a manufactured marvel. Born in London and raised near Birmingham, Cabot's true voice carried a more relaxed, working-class English sound, a far cry from the upper-crust persona he delivered on screen. Producers were so committed to the illusion that they urged Cabot to maintain his posh act at public appearances and press junkets. Few fans ever got a glimpse of his natural cadence until years after the show ended, when rare interviews revealed the softer, more regional Brummy tone beneath the butler's formal filter. Such dedication to character blurred the boundaries between fact and fiction, leaving viewers wondering what other secrets the cast kept just out of earshot. The line between fact and performance grows thinner as we peel back another layer of classic television magic. Number 10. Buffy's twin sister missed the screen from Family Affair. The lights of Family Affair's New York apartment may have seemed bright, but behind the scenes, shadows lingered just off camera. Anissa Jones, who charmed America as the pigtailed Buffy from 1966 to 1971, wasn't the only Jones in the family. Few ever knew that Anissa had a real-life twin brother, Paul. Producers went to great lengths to keep Paul out of the public eye, believing the image of a lonely orphan gave Buffy's story its emotional punch. If word got out about a real twin sibling, it might have shattered the delicate illusion that made viewers care so deeply about Buffy's loss. The studio rarely allowed Paul near the set, and he never appeared in publicity shots or interviews. For audiences tuning in to CBS each week, Buffy's world seemed heartbreakingly singular, never suspecting there was another Jones kid quietly growing up off-screen. That careful secrecy is just one more layer of the bittersweet Family Affair legacy, a story of what we saw and what we never realized was missing, as the laughter faded and the studio lights dimmed.